Okay, so it's about 103 out here. You see it kind of has its way with the lawn. It doesn't matter how much you water. Water all this stuff early in the morning and late at night. But even at night it's not getting below 78 degrees. So you can't cool off the house. The house is full of windows which keep the blinds down, but house gets warm after a few weeks of it. We've had 2 weeks of 90 degree plus, and now we've had 1 week of triple digits. So what do I do when it gets that hot? I go out to the hut. Now the hut doesn't have air conditioning, but the hut also doesn't have windows, and it's super well insulated. And it only has one door, and there aren't dogs and people going in and out of it all day long. We also get all these pocket gophers and all this kind of crap when it gets really hot. They start burrowing up everywhere. So, hang on here. This is going to get jittery. I got to get my keys out. Show you what I like to do when it gets so hot and there's no place in the house to go because it's hotter in there. Man, it's hot right here. Whew. Okay. Here we are in the dark. Let's turn on some breakers, get some power in here. Okay. So, this is the time of year that I like to come out here. Ah, it feels better. You can see up here on this thermometer, this is in Fahrenheit. It's only 68.4 degrees in here. That's after weeks and weeks of hot weather, so it stays rather nice in here. So generally, if I'm going to get time in on my pinball machines, this is the time of year I like to do it, because I can come out here, get real. I see C-3PO. I can get nice and cool. But I was out here yesterday, and I was going to put a bunch of time in on the Bride, which is my favorite machine. And when I turned it on, I'm getting to the switch down here, it didn't go through its normal power-up things. And I'm hoping, let's see if it takes credit. Nope. So when I got in there, normally when you lose all your settings and all of your high scores and all that kind of stuff, it comes down to the backup memory batteries. They're always AA batteries, normally 3 of them. Some of the machines, 4 of them are dead. And so I opened up the back glass, got in there and checked it out, and yeah, the batteries were in fact dead, and a couple of them have started leaking. And I'm assuming that even though I put new ones in there, since it just now powered up and didn't go into free game thing, it says bookkeeping colored factory settings. So factory settings means you'd have to put a quarter into play. The free play is not turned on. The 5-ball play isn't turned on. And all the high scores that I put on it yesterday are gone. Also, all the high scores that I've had on there from friends and visitors since about 2002. 20 years worth of high scores, they're all gone. And because it didn't remember it since yesterday, then it tells me that probably going to have to go in there and replace some battery contacts. They must have gotten too corroded from the leaky batteries. It's a shame. I did check the battery backups on Pinbot and Jackbot, and both their batteries were still good, so I didn't change them. They're still reading 1.5 volts. So unfortunately, my favorite machine, the Bride's going to need some repair work. So that's what I'm going to end up doing today, is deciding how I want to go about doing that. I may just want to put in a whole different battery box, because you only have 2 options. One, you try to clean the contacts of the one that's in there, or 2, you just solder in a whole new one. Haven't decided yet. But that's what I get to do today. And since it's nice and cool in here, it won't be bad. The worst part of having to do that is my back problems. When you work on one of these, everything you need's behind the back glass. So you get your key up here, you unlock that, Then you lift the back glass out, and on a machine this old it actually is glass and quite heavy and fragile. You certainly don't want to break it. You get it out of the way, and then you can get in to the light board, which then you open and swing the light board out of the way, and that gets you into the electronics. And almost in every case the doors open out this way, and the part you want to work on is going to be clear over here, which means if you stand over here you can't get to it because everything's open that way blocking you, which means to work on it from this side you have to lean up and over and reach in, and that's hard on my back. I can usually only do that for about 15 minutes and then I'll be hurting. If I do it for half an hour I'll be laid up for 3 or 4 days. So sounds like fun, huh? Well, I got to do it because I want to play the machine, so I guess I'll get to it.